Get me a beverage. If you would. KBD family, we are live. Yo, I'm finna have this nigga Ikaanic on the stream. I've been slow as hell. I've been slow as hell on it. It's just, everybody knows Queso. I be putting in my stream, in my descriptions. Yo, hey, we going live at 10 Queso time. We going live at 10 p.m. Queso time. Y'all know what that means. It's because I be on some completely other shit sometimes. But I love y'all. And go make sure the stream is live on YouTube. I'm on stream live. Thank y'all. Guys, pump for the Ikaanic reunion. Yeah, that's the homie. Ain't that the craziest shit that would end up being the homie on everybody I know on YouTube? That's the homie though. We done did content with bro like this our second time linking up. Wake up, Queso's live. Hey, Queso, man, I like your reactions. They help me get through the shit. That's what's up, bro. That's really what they about. I'm just trying to make content that's gonna make people happy. Like, make people have, like, a good-ass time. Like, I just want to make content that'll have y'all, like, laughing and just, like, really, like, I don't know. I feel like it's important in life to feel alive, you know? And laughing and all that shit. That's how you feel alive, cuz. Spill milk. You feel alive, cuz. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You gotta mute yourself. I gotta call Ikaanic. But I think I got the Discord app. I don't know if I got the Discord app. But we about to call Ikaanic. We about to call Ikaanic right now. Oh, he picked up. Oh, shit. There's an echo. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yo, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got. Oh, okay, yeah, my dog. Hold on, let me make sure you on screen. My dog. What was it? I completely forgot how we set this up. Hey, yo, Milk!
Got it, get Milk in here. It's like big shit, bro.
Yo, you want to clean my flat? Okay, that's cool. Hit the dono button. That'll clean the flat. Come on, Milk, get the screen. We got Ikaanic on the phone. Get the screen how we had it on the when we was prepping. But is that what they're seeing? Because I could have done that. Appreciate you though, but I feel like a dumbass for that. Is that what they seeing? No, I don't like that. Can I make it the one where it's like the two on the side? Come on, it's blind with it, folk. KBD family, we in the building. You know, it ain't a Queso live stream if I was to come prepared and ready. Oh, yeah, that's the camera I like. I like that one. We saw this up back to back with. We sort of like this, like a buddy cop comedy. Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
Get it.
Alright, Ikaanic, how you doing, boss?
I'm doing good, bro. How you doing?
I wanna just apologize and thank you all at the same time for taking as long as I did.
Awesome, bro.
I be saying, like, if you ever look at my, like, community posts, and it'd be like, yo, we going live tonight, 10 p.m. Queso time. I say that because time is just not something that I'm just, like, the best with. So I'm real happy you here. We streamed together. How long ago was that?
I don't know, month, maybe 2 months, something like that.
I think it was more than that. You think it was just 2 months?
I don't know, bro.
It's time. There we go, my whole time shit.
It's weird.
But,
it could be any time.
But what's been new since the last time we talked?
Man, a whole bunch of things has been new, new year and all that. We're about to go on tour with H-Mac. I got some of my own stuff going on. You can see the Ikaanic merch going. I dropped...
okay, big dog stepping on them. Oh, no.
Yeah. Man, I I did this mixtape, like a freestyle mixtape. Just
Yeah, I want to talk about the mixtape. So first off, what's the name of the mixtape?
it's called I've Been Thinking.
I've been thinking, and me and Milk had listened to a few of the records on YouTube. Is it on any other streaming platforms?
No, I'm probably gonna get it on SoundCloud, and then we'll see. Spotify is like gonna be more selective, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
I probably want to like get into a studio and have it shit like mixed properly.
Yeah. Have it sounding right and shit. Yeah. Okay. Well. How long is the project? How many songs is it?
Well, this one, the way I went about it was December. I was just like, I'm gonna spit every live stream is gonna be me rapping as if I'm making a track. And then I just took my best ones and I kind of pieced it together into this mixtape. It's 18 tracks, like an hour, 50 minutes, 53 minutes. Then, you know, I just wanted to have my own, like, hour length thing that honestly, it's for me to listen to. More than anything.
Do you feel like just coming from, like, you know, the first time I ever heard you rapping was, like, on, like, your channel, just, like, you know, busting freestyles for niggas and shit like that?
Yeah.
Sound-wise, the quality of the music, do you feel like you've come a long way?
I mean, yeah, honestly, like, I started 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
And delivery is, like, the main thing, because the more you get confident, the more you, like, say the words with meaning and with conviction and whatever, and then you have more words to say with that conviction, so then the delivery kind of becomes second nature also. Is there a theme to the project? Is the story to the project? Give us it. Come on, let me hear a little something. Break it down. I put a lot of thought into it, you know, because when you think freestyle, it's more like you kind of lose maybe some of the cohesiveness that people think you might lose,
right?
On the spot. Whatever. Well, for me, like, this project is nothing more than taking your best verses from a notebook and, you know, producing them. This is my freestyles with my pen and notebook, and I just took my best, you know, verses or best songs and put it all together in a like, you know, it's called I've Been Thinking because it kind of summarizes or takes me through my thought process for where I need to be on my path. In the description of the tape, like, you can, if you want to check it out, you can read a kind of what it means, but it's basically just me realizing that, you know, I'm gonna be me regardless, and wherever that takes me is, we'll figure it out. I don't know.
That's really dope. So this is sort of like that. This is like that I don't know, coming of age, sort of like.
This is me putting my thoughts into rap. Like, to me, rap is just communication, right? Rap is just communication of my thoughts, and, like, I'm not a writer. I'm not a, you know, whatever. I can't make music, like, produce music or whatever, but I can talk and I can rap, right? So that's my means of communicating how I see the world, kind of. You know, 3,000 putting patterns together, and life and talk is just putting patterns together. So that's kind of my goal with that shit.
What, I guess, have you, so in your 2 years of rapping, you've now, you know, you've done the freestyle, you've put out content, you've made now a project. What's next for you musically? What's the next wave for Ikaanic when it comes for you? Because I feel like you're really just out here running through this shit, but you're doing it in good time. You're making good time.
Well, so the reason why Mac is at a crazy level, and I'm bringing Mac into this because I think about, like, how he has gotten to where he is and how he's blown up.
Yeah.
It's really, like, the quality is obviously, like, unmatched, right? But it's not only that, it's the quantity. Like, when you freestyle, you can make a track. Like, I could put on a beat and potentially spit something that'll work for tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And that's the approach that he takes, and that's the approach that, like, for 2022, like, that project was just the first thing I want to drop, you know, every Monday. Like, my own freaking Omegle bars flows. You can go check that out. Drop one this week.
Hold on 1 second. I kind of hear audio sounding weird for some reason. Hold on.
My audio sounding weird?
Yeah, it sounded like in and out. Hold on 1 second. All right, say something.
Yo.
All right, yeah, you're good. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, it's just putting consistently new freestyles out every week, right? So I put the project out. The next week, I put out another, me on Omegle rapping for people, stranger flows, but it's basically just Omegle bars.
What kind of? So we spoke to like your what you like in music, but what kind of sound motivates you? And did you ever listen to Dirty Sprite? It's a 2-part question.
First of all, that's a dope question because I think the beat really does decide whether or not you're going to rap well on it.
Yeah.
Right. But for me, it's more like funky, groovy, like more boom bap type vibes, but it definitely needs a bounce to it. Like it definitely needs a bounce to it, you know.
See, I know I liked you because right now I'm working on a project. Right, I'm working on my next project, and I've been studying James and the one and funk and just that bounce. And it's not like I'm trying to make a funk album, but I just want to incorporate sort of that kind of understanding into the next project I make. So the fact that you said something funky sort of really stood out to me. I was like, "Oh, this nigga really spitting." Now, I got a question for you because I've talked to a lot of people in my life, and you close it on me. Oh, you came through with the coffee, man. Can we get a KBD award for milk, y'all? Somebody give a donation for milk. That nigga's a good nigga. But hold on a second. Oh my god! You making coffee like that?
You already know.
Cause you know I got all the little ingredients on the guys. Hold on. But what was I talking about? Coffee threw me right off my game. What was I talking about? Oh, I've talked to a bunch of people, and you asked me one of the dopest questions I ever been asked. You asked me, what's my top artist that I've listened to? How much time have I spent? And to me, that has forever been a fire question. So in my head, I kept that. And I when I ask people now that question, I've now sort of remixed that. But the remix comes from it. So I'm going to start asking you artists, right? And this is the most simple. You don't need to explain if you don't want to. But if you do want to explain, the floor is open. You know, the dipper's here for you, man. I'm going to ask you artists, you're going to tell me 1 to 10. We're gonna start. I'm gonna just start right now. Let me get a couple artists ready. Actually, no problem. Eminem. Hey, shout out to hold on 1 second. I ain't even look. You gotta be man in the chat. Shout out to Chef for the $50 dono. Can we get some chocolate rain emojis in the burger? Oh no! I appreciate those super chats so much from y'all, man. For real. It's so crazy. I know we've done these streams and we gonna keep doing it. We've done a lot. The fact every stream y'all donate, y'all show support and show love really means a lot to me. So I appreciate y'all. But who was the first rapper? Okay, I'll start now. Andre 3000. Scale to 1 to 10.
Andre, man. So I'm gonna go 10. Especially Andre.
Perfect. Put my shades on.
The percentage of hits, bro. It's just like he doesn't do anything that's bad. Like nothing that Andre's on is like trash, you know.
Like no, go ahead, keep on.
No, that was kind of the main point.
Okay, Little Pump.
Man, I honestly haven't listened enough to. I don't think I've listened to one Lil Pump song. Honestly.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Shout out to Stevie Todd for the 19. I don't know. He said, much love. Y'all can stay for the live, but for sure watching the replay. Okay, so I'm truly excited for your next project. Shout out to you, Stevie Todd. You are the GOAT. Make some chocolate rain emojis for Stevie Todd. Okay, now her Lil Pump. What about Gunna? I'm trying to find someone you wouldn't like. And I'm trying to find your scale. Because you said it. I knew you'd say Andre was a 10. So I'm trying to find someone that I think you'd say was closer to like a 3 to a 1. Just so we can get a good little... Before I start asking a few other artists.
No, Gunna's definitely not that low. But, like, I would give Gunna, like, a... Ah, man. My friends back home are gonna fucking hate me for even going this low. But, like, 5, 6, probably?
5, 6.
Like, you know, but it's a personal rating, right? It's not comparing anyone to anyone. It's like, me would I turn them on?
That's not terrible. What about God? Who's someone you just don't like? An artist you just not that you might not like them, but it's just artists you don't.
I just wouldn't put their music on.
Yeah.
Basically, honestly, like most of like I don't know, like sad boy rap type vibes, like that shit. That I don't really. Even though I fuck with Juice WRLD,
I'm just about to say you don't fuck with Juice.
No, I do. I completely fuck with Juice, but I definitely fuck with his freestyles more than the type of music that he makes. But I know it's really good. But like, there's a lot of that type of rapper that doesn't do it as well as Juice WRLD does. That you know,
there's a lot of sad boy SoundCloud music out there. There's a lot of it, and you'd be shocked because sometimes I would be playing a Juice record. Like it's one of the main reasons I don't use SoundCloud no more. I'll be listening to a Juice record, and then like you know how like if you just leave it playing, it'll just keep playing people. Maybe you want a call ride 30 minutes. Next thing you know, you listening to John X66 Darkness 9 Demon. And this nigga song be, I just want to cut my... And you like, hold on, man. I don't know if this is what I needed. This is the kind of energy I need to just be right around to. Everybody got to relax. Everybody got to chill. Johnny Demon 66, whatever. What, so I asked you before, you're not on tour.
Ratings. I need your ratings for these as well.
Okay, no problem. I actually
Andre and Gunna, I want you to
Wanna like a 6, 7, 8 on a good day, depending on if I'm really in the mood for some Wanna. Andre, like a 7. I'm gonna piss people off with that one, like a 7 for me. Where you put Eminem? I
mean, Eminem for me. The thing is, I need to knock points off from like recent Eminem. I just don't like his flow. It feels forced. And I know Eminem people not taking for that, but
wait, you said his flow sounds forced?
New Eminem, not old Eminem, who I think
you know me. Like, you and Milk would really have a great convo on that. What is this new Eminem hatred that is coming amongst?
It's not hate. It's really not hatred.
Okay, maybe not hatred. Hatred's strong, but like that sentiment, that exact sentiment. Both of y'all both said the same exact shit.
He doesn't ride the beat like he used to. Like and the sentiment.
Old M is way better than new M. Yes, old M is probably some of the greatest rapping of all time. But the new shit ain't bad. Yeah, I mean. It's not terrible.
So for me, for example, I'm not gonna put on a new M record, but I would binge on repeat old M albums like nonstop and memorize all of it. You know,
that's you can't come. My thing about when I listen to new M, it's more about the continuation of the story that old M gave me, bro. It's been about 10, 15 years, 20 years of Eminem. I'm just talking for myself. Of me listening to 10, 15 years, or fucking probably before that, of me, I'm 24, so probably 22, 20, of me listening to M. So at this point, it's just a continuation of that story. At one point, M was putting out some of the greatest records and verses of all time, and he's not necessarily putting out the greatest right now, but it's just. I am so invested in the story. I'm so invested in the story arc of that artist that is Eminem because he made an impact on me. And he made an impact on my generation. And he made an impact on the world. And so new M is just more of us watching the movie. It's sort of like, I don't know, Fast 2 Furious 12. Like, nigga, yeah, this shit don't really got nothing to do with the first ones. And it ain't really... But we still watch it because we fuck with Vin Diesel and no more.
I respect that. And, you know, I don't expect M to do the same thing that, you know, he did before. And I respect the growth. It's just like, musically, when I listen to music, it's going to be something that is, you know, giving me the groove or, you know, giving me the bop. Like, if I can't, like, head bop to it, if I can't, like, you know... I don't know. It needs to hit, and for whatever the reason may be, it's not hate. Like his lyrics and denseness of doubles and triples, all that, it's great. And if you appreciate that more than strict musicality of it, Yeah, New M. Some people fuck with New M even more so than Old M, because Old M was more stories and like telling it to you straight.
But those stories were so good. Those stories were so good. How do you feel about? Oh, hold on. Actually, hold on. With the $20 don't know. Hold on. Chuck Atkins. I love you so much. For every donation, Jamal's getting a treat. Grab me, Jamal, bud. But Chuck said, "What do both you and Ikaanic think of Del the funky Homo sapien? He's gone through so many different sounds in the various groups and projects he's been a part of, and some has hit well and some hasn't." I don't know why that was worded like that to me. I don't know why I read that like that. Motherfucker was in a different language, but I mean, Del the funky Homo sapien. I opt out. I don't have an opinion.
I'm gonna have to opt out.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
That's the homie though. That's the homie. No,
thanks for it's just like that's just like what like hold on. What's
I don't know. I don't know.
But you drop that super chat. Drop another question. Drop another super chat. Hold on. What about Lil Baby? Scale of 1 to 10.
Lil Baby, I definitely need to listen to more Lil Baby. He's probably more around like, for me, like around 7, potentially 8 if I like really got into to the music. Drake has to be at least an 8, but 9 on a good day. I can't give him 10.
Drake's a 10. I can't understand how we can, in hip-hop, give Andre 3 Stacks a higher rating than Drake. I don't. It's not fair. That's new. We can't do that. The 3 Stacks ain't gave us a damn near decade of straight hits. Of straight number ones. A decade? A decade? 10 years?
I can do
10 years? 10 years?
Don't get me wrong. I fuck with Drake heavy. But it's really for me
playing with champagne. Go ahead.
For me, Drake, I really listened to Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. I haven't really listened to. I mean, I've listened to them, but they haven't got onto repeat like those 2 records got.
But those are 2 classic joints.
Classics, 100%.
Once one artist starts giving you 2 classics, you gotta start putting them in the lowest you can be is an 8 or 9. Once you start giving us 2, and Drake got some hits now.
Well, look, I put him back to our team. He was either top 5 or top 6 for me. Drake, you know.
Where do you? All right, 1 to 10. What about Wayne?
Wayne's definitely minimum 8, but 8, 9. You know, switches between there.
That's fair. What about Jay-Z?
Jay-Z's a 9.
Tech 9.
But that's Tech 9. Ooh. I don't want to disrespect Tech 9, but I haven't really, like, you know.
If you're not from the Midwest, it probably won't. Like, I
am from the Midwest.
Where are you from?
Chicago. Well, suburb, but Chicago.
So you should know about Tech.
I know about Tech. Well, I respect him, but we're like, we're giving these ratings and rankings.
You're from Chicago?
Yeah. The 312, bro. Why do you think Jordan and fucking the Bulls and all that shit? I got everything.
I like that except for Jordan, but hold on, Tech. And now I got some new niggas for you after this, Tech.
All right, Tech. Let's do 7 for Tech.
Twista. I give Tech like an 8.
Only listen to features of Twista.
Twista up, dog. You from Chicago?
Hey, bro, I got a different intro to music, bro. Because hip-hop wasn't my only type of music that I listened to, right?
What was you listening to, like belly dancing and shit?
Well, that's not too far off. I am Turkish. But, no. Good, classic. Yeah, classic rock, like more Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, like Aerosmith, like that type of shit was what I initially.
So what brought you into rap? How'd you end up in rap? It was
a mixture. It was a mixture of Kanye, probably Justin Timberlake, and Eminem. Like the combination of those got me into R&B and rap, and then rap kind of.
Hold on, that's such a crazy list. I need you to break down all 3. You said Kanye. Hold on.
Justin
Like, no, one at a time. What project by Kanye, what about Kanye pulled you to say, let me start checking out more of this rap shit?
The beats, the music. I like rap actually initially I didn't get quickly pulled into it just because of the lyrics and whatever from the stuff that was presented to me. And then I got into.
Can I ask what was presented to you?
Like whatever mainstream radio was at the time, you know, it actually took me a minute to warm up to Wayne a little bit too, until like I need to get into Wayne's like more of his shit before, you know, because before that it was just like mainstream shit. It was what when was it 2008 ish.
Okay, I can completely understand.
Somewhere around there.
Bro wasn't trying to crank that Laffy Taffy. Bro wasn't trying to crank that Laffy Taffy. I ain't mad at you, cuz. Alright, go ahead. He wasn't never talking about cranking out Soulja Boy. So you have never in your life cranked that Soulja Boy?
I mean, I definitely attempted cracking that Soulja Boy.
I'm about to say, come on, cuz. You on the case of Big Dipper stream. We keep 100 over here. I know you've been in your house cranking that. You've been in that bit really cranking that. Hold on, do that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But okay, so it was Kanye, Justin Timberlake. Was it just the features he was on at the time, or like?
Well, the thing is, if you think about his fucking Timberland at the beat again, Kanye,
yes.
like.
So you're a beat kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, if the beat isn't hitting, like I'm not even gonna freestyle nicely on it. You know, like it's gonna just throw. The beat needs to hit, and it needs to hit. Okay. You know, like you could give me the dopest fucking trap beat, but it might not like move me. You know, like
yeah.
So it's definitely a beat thing. So that's why like Timberlake was weird to bring in, like the R&B Timberland vibe kind of brought me into more of that.
You started bringing sexy back.
Exactly. Every time.
No, I just think that's so dope. Like I think that's like I love hearing these kind of stories about like how people became fans of hip hop, how people got brought into the culture, what brought them there, what keeps them here. I love hearing that kind of thing. That's why. So that's where all the theme of all these questions lies. Sort of, how'd you get to where you're at? You know what I mean? As far as hip hop goes, you know what I mean? But so you grew up in Chicago, or you were just born there, or you grew up there?
Grew up there, yeah.
When did you start getting into hip hop?
It was around like 8th grade, 8th grade freshman year, high school. You know, and when I really started getting into it, it was just watching every video that existed basically on YouTube, lyrics, like memorizing that shit. And then J. Cole kind of got into the picture, Chance the Rapper.
Okay, this is a good list, especially based off the time. What's your favorite M song?
Favorite M song. So I'm gonna give you favorite M verse, which is Renegade. It's some of my favorite Jay-Z's verse too. Like that song is like all time for me.
Had to throw shades on, cause that's some cool. We on some cool shit, man. Yo, that's a little right there. I turned off the space heater. Son of a bitch.
Classic. Every verse in that. All 4 verses, classics.
Okay, so Milk, read off some of the chat for me. I hate when I stream and I can't talk to the chat.
They were giving you suggestions on like Method Man or like who would it do?
Method Man.
Method Man. Damn. I really need to listen to more.
Got to.
But from what I've heard, I mean, he's minimum 8.
Okay, that's fair.
ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky, 2 for me.
That's a fallback too. I actually fuck with ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky, that's a 2 for me. Meth, like an 8, 9.
2, damn, it's not 2. It's like, for me, probably like 6 ASAP.
Oh my god, stop the kill! Oh my god, niggas a 1!
You ain't fuck with ASAP at all, huh?
It's just so poop. But it shit, we used to sort of be good. I don't know how. I like, man, that weed I was smoking.
Are you sure you're just not mad that he's with Rihanna?
I'm 100% mad he's with Rihanna. If he wasn't with Rihanna, he'd be like a 3. Now he like a 2-1. I can't stand that nigga now. I can't believe he did it. But that was the whole reason I wanted to do content. Like people like, what you want to be famous for? Like, man, I just wanted to marry Rihanna. You know, put a kid in her or something. If that's cool.
MF Doom.
MF Doom.
MF Doom, man. R.I.P. First of all, I don't want to.
R.I.P.
I'm gonna opt out of that one. I because like it's disrespectful to say anything if I haven't listened to MF Doom. I've checked him out.
Completely fair.
Just because like I know he's a legend, I just haven't really ever gotten introduced to everything he's done like that. And I know some people really like ride or die with him, so I don't want to disrespect anyone.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I think before we like that's one of the realest things you can say. It's like I'm not well versed enough in something to have a very strong opinion on it, and that's respectable because I'd rather you say that to than you've never heard an MF record and he's a fucking 9. Like I guess like you know it just I think it adds a little more value to your content. So I wanted to ask you, Milk. This is y'all met earlier. Milk, come into the camera real quick.
My dog.
So Milk, Iconic. You know what I'm saying?
Was good.
Do you know he used to be an NBA streamer back in the day?
Stop playing.
You had these shades here. You had these ones. Let me get these ones. Do you know he used to be an NBA streamer back in the day?
The NBA is my shit, bro.
You finally turned up the Bulls are doing something this year. I know you having a field day in your backyard.
Yeah, we gotta get healthy, bro. We gotta get healthy. Without Lonzo and Caruso, they can't lock it down.
Yeah, look, y'all ain't about to do that, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all gonna have a look. Y'all gonna look good regular season, but when it's like championships and shit, just you know what I'm saying. I'll meet you at the end in the postseason.
Who's taking it? Who's taking it? That for you?
Niggas might be sleep. Russ get a little slippery on the.
I knew you were gonna say. I knew you were gonna say Lakers.
But I'm like,
Brian just gave Iggy the Finals MVP by calling out Russ.
Iggy is a goat.
Oh, Russ is gonna do something. Nah, bro. You all about LeBron.
Jamal, talk to him. Look, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. Blazers Nation, right? But we gonna trade Damian Lillard to the Lakers for pieces. Championship! I just don't. I can't see the Bulls winning, bro. I can't. Do you think y'all can win it all?
I mean, I think we're gonna find out.
Still, you don't believe it. If you believed it, you would have said it, bro.
I think we're gonna find out. It's okay. It's okay if y'all are like a extremely top tier mediocre team in the league, like the best mediocre team in the NBA. That is the Bulls, the best mediocre team. Like taking mediocrity to heights they've never seen. That's been the Jazz for years.
Would you say the Jazz or the 76ers? The 76ers are never really a threat. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Jazz are the greatest mediocre team in NBA history.
Yeah, you thought you were going to get mad at me.
So, you about to go on tour? You excited?
Bro, it's kind of unreal. Gonna go to, I don't even know how many cities, 20 plus, 25 plus cities in like 2.5 months. You know, and like the concerts that have already happened, like, you know, people fuck with me, people fuck with everyone there. You know, it's just like a crazy good time. Everyone there is just like a vibe. It's super.
So,
cool.
Question: how did you and Matt get linked up?
So he was offering lessons, freestyle lessons, like on Zoom back in 2019.
Yeah.
Late 2019 or early 2020s, just around there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just got to meet man, because I mean I thought he was gonna, you know, go crazy, like take over like the things he's doing right now, right?
Yeah, you see it coming.
So I just wanted to meet him, but I also, you know, I was curious about freestyle and, you know, rap and stuff, and you're supposed to writing. So fuck it, it sounded fun.
Yeah.
and that's kind of how we met. And then we kind of hit it off. And after the last lesson, it kind of coincided with he was looking for someone to go do social media and shit. I had left my job to do social media freelance for clients and stuff. So it kind of
Was that a scary decision to make?
Yeah, I mean, I left my job before even really meeting Mac. I just kind of knew that I could do like consulting for content for people because I just knew how to do it. I did it for basketball for so many years that I kind of knew all the platforms, what needed to be done, and it's so easy because if you're being a consultant for media, you know exactly what the person you're talking to needs.
Yeah, all coming straight to you for some shit.
All online. So you could do your research, figure out what they need, do it for them for a week, and then they're like, oh shit, this is dope. And then they'll hire you. That's kind of how I went about it. I always did weeks worth of work for whoever I wanted to work for. Always ended up getting the job at the end of the day, which worked out.
So you get the job with Mac. How many subs is he at the time? Do you have a YouTube channel? What's going on in life at the time?
I got a YouTube channel, but it's like more NBA type content.
What's the sub count at?
The sub count's like low. It's like, I don't know, 200, 300, 400, somewhere around there.
Okay,
I'm not really going crazy on YouTube yet. And then Mac was at around 200. It was between 200 and 250K.
Okay, so he was already somebody.
Yeah, because 2017 when he did the Joey Badass, Kendrick, and all that shit, like he got his first kind of boost, like the virality from 2017. So yeah, already kind of had that foundation. And then that's when I kind of started reacting to his shit and just breaking down music.
Were you reacting to his shit before you were working with him?
Nah.
Okay. Just getting.
Yeah, so I started the whole reacting thing after I even started working with him because I was like, hey, I see other people do it. Why shouldn't I do it? It's like
get you a little. You know what I'm saying? Get you a little something to do while you. You know what I'm saying? It's a fun thing to do, especially if you love music. It's just a nice thing to do.
And it's the same. I did the exact same thing for NBA for so long. It's just talking about.
So you had the skills,
art,
yeah,
right?
Mm-hmm. So, boom. Then all that shit happens. Do you get to where you're at right now? Did you visualize being at?
No. I stopped thinking about what might happen in a year like 3 years ago because it's never gonna be what you imagine. I just kind of let things happen, whatever feels right at the time, and then if all the time it feels right, then it's gonna feel right in a couple years too. You know?
Yeah, I totally feel that. I don't like to say yo, by the end of January I'm gonna be at 20,000 subscribers. I don't like saying things like that just because it's like I'm putting something on something that needs to happen, on something that's gonna happen when it happens, not when I want it to happen. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna happen when it happens as long as I put the work in and I keep grinding it out. So I feel that. Like I don't really like putting those kind of things in it. So. What was it like making this first project? Were you nervous? How'd you feel?
So for me, I just wanted to be able to make a project from my freestyle, on either stream. I freestyle daily regardless, like even to just hit record on my OBS with no streaming with audience or whatever. And then so after that, it was just really combing through, listening to which parts that I thought were dope. My rule is the whole beat needs to be dope. Like if half a beat is dope, not worth putting into any sort of like project or whatever. Yeah. So something stuck out, I kind of marked it, and then when I had a whole bunch, I put it into like a story. So it wasn't really any pressure while creating it because I was just rapping, It was more so organizing it after the fact.
And so you put it out. What day did it come out?
Like 2 weeks ago.
So you put it out. How do you feel off the first day's response to it?
For me, honestly, I put it out there knowing that like it might not get that many views or it might not get them, but I know everyone that talks with me and everyone that's kind of tuned into the progression is gonna listen to it and tune in, and everyone that listened to it really fucked with it. I fuck with it. It's something that I'm probably going to try to memorize, see if I can, soup it up a little bit, while trying to perform it and stuff. So like we'll see. But for me, it was just like, let me just get this one out, because I'm not going to put out so much content this year anyway.
Yeah.
I just kind of put everything on hold to get that out, and then there's going to be a lot more. For me, when you freestyle shit, it's like, my thing is I'm not selective, and every beat could be a fire fucking track, at the end of the shit.
Yeah. When I first me and Milk had sort of figured out like the streaming stuff, and I had first reached out to you to get you on the stream. Like this was like probably like 4 weeks ago, and you're like, I'm on or not vacation, or you were doing something, and at the time I hadn't taken a break from doing YouTube in so long, like since I'd started. And so when you said that, I don't know why that like stuck out to me. Like I was like, that sounds like that sounds nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just like fucking plug it out, for a little bit.
Yeah.
So then I get off probation, and I swear you saying that just clicked through my head. I was like, nigga, I'm finna go on like a little sabbatical. I'm going on a little vacation. Get high as shit and get drunk as fuck. Let me just unwind, because I've been cooped up. But do you think as a content creator, how do you feel about taking breaks? Because it's like, to grow your channel, taking a break, you're going to feel it. It's going to slow down growth. But as a human being, that unwinding time, that keeping mental health and shit up, how do you feel about taking breaks as a content creator?
For me, I mean, it's really dependent on how dependent that creator is on the immediate income of the content, right? So for me, like, I do Mac work full time, right? So for me, whenever I'm doing that, I can kind of not do any of my content at all, technically, right?
Yeah.
Like I could, but the thing is, I want to be a rapper and like be the best I can be, and be the one on the stage.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's just, I take all the free time, and it's just time I can spend on the craft or acting and putting it on YouTube and connecting with people. I think breaks are super important just in general, but it needs to be logical too. Like if you're going to take a break and you're very dependent on like the daily income that's coming in on the videos that you're posting or whatever, then I would do my best to get ahead have everything sketched out and ready, so then I can take a break with my mind at ease. But if you take a break and you're still thinking about all these problems, that's not really a break, because the break is supposed to be a mental break.
To be honest, that was the one problem with my break. I'm so like locked into YouTube. I'm so like in love with the process. I have such a competitive nature. I have such like I just want to be the best. I want the world to know that, at the end of the day, when they write the history books, I want to be one of the niggas they talk about. So I'd be like, even when I took my little week or so or 2 weeks off YouTube, I was still thinking about YouTube 24/7. And it's like, I'm gonna be honest, being a content creator is a nice job. Like, I'm cool with just doing this. Like, that genuine connection you make with people, those, like, the just, like, unwinding, chilling, just, like, because, like, you make content in a similar way to me in the aspect of, like, you're not in a super high budget studio with $20,000 cameras and $3,000 lighting. It's just like, it's just sort of like I'm at the crib chilling vibe. You know what I'm saying? Your camera's much better than mine. Your live streaming camera, I ain't gonna lie. But I think, I don't even remember where I was going with that. But whatever the fuck I said, I just said. Now. You said earlier, like when you were talking, that you want to be the person on the stage. Have you looked towards a day where you have a whole team behind you, you have a whole thing where it's just like 100% just doing iconic content?
I mean, like one day probably, that's the thing. But right now, it's just not the time for me in any way, because that's like a 5 years down the line.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't talk about like today. I would talk like 5-10 years down the line.
Because it's not just me. It's not just me freestyling. It's not just that. Like, I want to talk about hip hop or basketball. I want to talk about soccer. I want to talk about whatever. I want to talk about like philosophy and like all these other shit that I'm interested in. And collab, and I'm going to have the opportunities. I'm blessed to be able to help in building what Mac is doing in the world, and that's obviously going to open up a lot of doors. It already has opened up so many doors that I'm doing right now. So like,
I think
I'm just looking to see,
I like you. Obviously, I'm a big fan of what Mac's content and stuff, like that, and I love like when I did you guys happy hour, like just like the vibe of like that you niggas have, y'all are like, it's like a cool ass energy, and it's just like I love that you have aspirations of like taking this motherfucker over. But I also love that speaks to how good of a team you guys are, that everybody in that motherfucker is like wants to win and wants the team to win. In the building process, like how close are all of you guys? How close is the whole team?
I mean, Mac and Lisa, she's been shouted out and appeared in videos. I mean, they're like family at this point, honestly. Like, yeah. I could, whatever happens, even when I'm saying 5-10 years, whenever Khan is doing Khan full time, that's not ever gonna sever ties or break apart from Mac fully, right? Because it's like, whatever I'm doing is kind of built off me being part of what we're building here too. So, and I'm aware of that, and that's totally cool. I'm proud of it to a sense. But yeah, I mean, we're super close. One of the editors is like one of my best friends at this point. Like we're going on tour together. Right? We're going to be traveling together. So it's the team's for sure.
Mm-hmm. What's the like? You said you have a lot of content that you want to drop this year.
Yeah.
What kind of shit you got in the tub, man?
It's going to be a lot of freestyles, just like me recording off top, things I think are dope. It's going to be Omegles. It's going to be me going out in public, my own version of fucking guerrilla bars, going to open mics, filming that. Like, this year is my year to, like, in my head, to, like, show as many people in real life that, like, yo, I fucking do this, Because I feel like I wanted to wait till the that was at a level where it was consistent enough to do that regularly.
Yeah.
And I feel like I feel confident that it is now at that level. So that's kind of what I'm up to this year, is showing people what's up.
Hold a minute, let me put Pippin in it. Easy Boy said, didn't know Cons from Chicago. Hope to see Bodie on April 6th at Improv Chicago 100 with a $5 dono. Can we get some chocolate rain emojis for Bo? Thank you very much. What's Chicago like? You from Chicago? You from the Chi? Do you fuck with do you fuck with like drill?
That's, again, the beat doesn't ever hit me the right way, bro. With drill, like, it'll get you up and you might get hyped, and I understand that, but, like, if I'm ever just listening to music, like, I'm not really gonna put on drill, man. That's just me, and I respect the community.
So what do you listen to when you slide out on your ops?
That's true, bro. I've never been in that situation, bro.
You not thinking. What do you listen? You can't be listening to I Want Another Pretty Face. I want you in your beautiful stuff. When you gotta really go slide some niggas, you can't go listen to that shit.
That's true.
You gotta think about it. So when you wanna go slide some niggas, I want you to call me after you slide them and tell me, yeah, bro, I just put on that G Herbo.
I need that playlist, bro. I
got you. The day you need to slide a nigga, just text me. Bro, I have to give you, talking to me on the phone, like, I be feeling bad for people. But it's like, I don't mean to. I'm just so paranoid. One, I hate texting because I feel like the FBI is just watching everything I'm sending. Then two, I be forgetting. And like, if it's like an app, like we talked on Discord a lot, but like, whenever we do communicate, I don't see the notifications for that shit because I have a server and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I have I try to like remind myself every hour, every 30 minutes or whatever, go check it or whatever, whenever I got a little free time. But I'm like, you're a real ass nigga because, boy, my communication could be so garbage so much. But it's like, I'm just so used to doing shit on my own. Even like with Milk being around, sometimes it's like, some of the shit weirds me out, like the help or like just because I'm so used to just throwing this camera on and just talking and just doing this, like, just doing this shit. When you go to start rapping for people, right? When you go and you're gonna start like kicking freestyles, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you have to like get into a like zone, into a mode? I don't know why I pop locked, but you got to get into like a zone, into like a mode, into a bag before you do it. And if you do, how do you get into that bag?
So it's interesting because that's something that you got to learn how to be aware of. I feel like. At least it's something that I had to learn how to be aware of.
Read it to me after he's done talking. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, for me, it was something that I had to like learn to be aware of, right? Because initially, when you're on, first I went on to Omegle, right, and it was just like, all right, I watch it back. I'm like, I'm not really like going in. Right?
Omegle, I got a question.
Yeah.
How? Okay. So I gotta know how many. Do you edit the Omegle bars?
No, but I like what Do
you watch them edited or unedited? That's really what I
watch them unedited and kind of curate them and like.
How many, and in your own Omegle series, how many times have you got onto somebody beating off?
Yeah, so I knew this was going to be the question, obviously. So if I go on Omegle for an hour.
Fuck Katie Couric! I'm the new Katie Couric! But go ahead.
If I'm going on Omegle for an hour, I might run into one, maybe two.
Stop the count.
No, if you put the tags the right way, like you're not gonna run into that, man.
What is people's like plan with that? Like, is that just what they like to do? Like, can you get bitches with that? What is the plan?
These are the real important questions.
Katie Couric ain't got nothing on the dipper.
Bro, honestly,
why do people jack off on Omegle?
Like, why am I on there, right? Like, if I ever think about that, it's like, why aren't they on there? Well, why the fuck am I on there? I'm just fucking on there to rap for someone. Well,
Omegle isn't a porn site. I feel like what you're doing makes a lot more sense of what they're doing.
Well, some people, are just trying to meet someone.
So they meet people like that. I didn't know, because I didn't know how that was. I didn't know the end game. Okay, that's cool. So, maybe. So you on Omegle and you just... What's it like? What's that first time doing it? Are you nervous? How you feeling?
The first time on it was interesting because that was the first time I ever rapped for some random stranger too. Like that was coincided, but it was fine. I just got some words, put on some cool beats, so I could catch a pocket probably easier. Try to get through like a minute and a half without fucking up, and then leave it. Like that was my first experience on Omegle, right? It was just like, yo, this is kind of crazy. Like, I need to think about these words. I need to not forget them. I wasn't typing them down or anything. Them, trying to make sure. Like, also the biggest thing is, if they're not feeling it, or if you don't think they're feeling it, then you start to feel like you're wasting their time, or like you're taking up their time. Yeah. Like, oh shit. Sometimes that.
Did you have that feeling? Did you have that feeling at first?
Occasionally, well, at first it was a lot more. Now I kind of have become aware of that feeling, and it never works. So for me, now it's just like, just go to the end of the beat. If they're fucking with it, they're fucking with it. If they're not, they'll just skip you, and it wasn't worth it anyway. Right? Yeah. If they're gonna skip you, that clip wasn't worth it anyway. And if they're not gonna skip you, you just go till the end, and it's a doper thing because you did a whole song and you killed the beat. So that's like the philosophy that I've had recently. Also, I just think I've gotten better too. Probably a correlation in people staying and wanting longer too.
Yeah,
I've got skipped before.
What's that? You pissed a little bit? Oh, wait, hold on. Milk had a question from the chat. Milk, read it off.
They said, do you have the same kind of flow when you write and record versus when you freestyle, or do you get into a different low pocket?
Well, honestly, I don't write shit. I genuinely don't. I don't have a written verse that I could pull you up right now. Like
you never have written a verse.
I have 3 verses typed up in my notes app.
Are they hot?
I think they're pretty decent.
Okay, just had to check.
But they're not they're just random freestyle verses. They're not like a cohesive
the whole record. Milk.
You know,
So what
yeah.
was the question? So does he switch the flow up?
Yeah, does he have a different?
So,
What is your thing with writing? Why don't you write? Why don't you like it? What's the
and that's where this question comes into play. Like, I can't catch the flow. Like, I need the flow, right? For me, the flow needs to hit before the word or the coherence of it, right? So for me, when I'm writing, I can't, like, it's only the words and the coherence of it with no flow, almost, it seems like. So I need to, like, force a flow or think of a flow and then write in that flow and think of it. So when I'm freestyling, I'm doing the iteration and getting better at the same time at all aspects of the rapping, including the writing. So the flow, cadence, delivery, my thoughts, how they come together, and the writing as well. So for me, that's kind of what I enjoy doing. I don't enjoy writing, so I'm not going to do it, right? So for me, it's finding a way to do the things that I actually enjoy the most that I can.
Yeah. Why do something like rap if you don't enjoy it, or in a way you don't enjoy it? Because, you know, it's like...
It makes me not like rap. Like, if I'm going to write it and then be like, I need to write this verse, and then, like, for me, I can get, in an hour, how many beats can I play in an hour? Like,
Hold on!
What up?
Cybernate, congrats on 37,000 and no more parole. Shout out to Ikaanic. Yo, can we get some chocolate riot or emojis? Can I get a Jamal treat? Where's Jamal treats at? No, that's not. But like I said, I don't think Jamal liked the taco joints. Yeah, you don't. Like I said, I will forever be thankful and grateful for super chats. That shit means the world to me. Thank you very much. Y'all done y'all made such a... How did you feel about YouTube 2021? Jamal, take your treat and say thank you to all the super chatters. I'm motherfucking good, ain't it? Ikaanic, bro, drinking that wine. I said, how'd you feel about the year 2021? How'd you feel about it?
I mean, the 2021 was fire. Mac, the growth with Mac and me that was the first full year that I was on the team too. So like that was super dope. Myself, I started really going in on the freestyle of my content in 2021. Like 2021 for me was just building the foundation of my So like 2021 was dope. You know, everything else, all the bullshit that's surrounding like everything in the world. Like I kind of tried to keep that quiet to me as much as I can.
You got to get sort of just like push the bullshit aside. Drop the cash app and pin it. No. Somebody DM me what's my cash app, but 2021 was a great year, I think, for me. Like just being able to like, bro, just doing so much content, hearing so much music, making so much videos, making so many connections. It's that connection part, you know, with people. Like that's the dopest part. Like making that like when people be saying shit like or alluding to like that you're a part of their day. You know, that shit's so crazy to a nigga like me. You know what I mean? Like I never people watch like YouTube's like the new TV. You know. And people 100%. Watch you like they watch like we'd watch a TV show back when we were little, and it's like, do you think with your content, does it pull in a young demographic or a younger demographic?
Probably just because this reaction demographic probably leans younger overall, and then.
What about when you did the basketball? Because when I did the basketball, that's when I probably had the younger demo. I like now. I'd say my content isn't even for kids. But
basketball has been blowing up with the younger generation more so, and like the old heads are like they'll talk shit about the new NBA or whatever. But like when Steph, LeBron, KD is always doing what they're doing, and basketball has the rep that they do. I don't know. It just has seemed to penetrate, get to the kids. Way more than.
Well, the reason I asked that is because like I we did similar content, from the basketball to the reactions to the music, all that kind of shit. But watching some of your audience members grow up is such a like crazy feeling. Like watching some of my audience members like. This nigga was like just like a little punk who used to like come in and troll me once a week, and now he's like graduating high school and shit. It's just like I don't know. It's like one of those weird feelings that you only get through YouTube. And when I asked you about how your 2021 was, it's just that's probably the most like the coolest thing to me about YouTube. What have you enjoyed the most about making content? What has been the most like, and make it like a random one, not the like I like getting subs, or I guess if that is what you like, that's what you like. But.
No. For me, it's just connecting like with people randomly around the world that are interested in the same shit that I'm interested in. You know, like that's something that wasn't a thing really. I always love talking about things, so finding people fucked with listening to me talk about things was kind of a trick, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm talking, and a lot of people are down to listen, and that's kind of the best thing about the content is the new connections that you're able to make with people that otherwise you would have never came across.
Yeah. How often do you stream, or how often do you upload content?
Well, I mean, I just started a second channel for my reactions only, Ikaanic Plus, right? Just because I did it, I want my freestyles, because I have enough freestyle content to upload frequently enough to where I didn't want, them mixing. So I opened up a new reaction channel for myself. I try to upload to that, 3 to 4 a week. And my main channel
you have
again.
2 channels now?
Yeah, I got 2 channels.
Oh, you a hard-working nigga.
Oh, I mean, I'm kind of upset. Then I also, we do all the Mac shit too.
Yeah.
Gotta grind, bro.
Yeah, you a hard-working nigga, no cow.
Yeah.
So, what's having a second channel? Is it like, damn, I couldn't even imagine running it. I guess I got a Patreon and shit, and you do content for Mac's Patreon too?
Well, I mean, basically all the socials I'm posting.
So you never really get a break. You're always working.
Yeah, but it's like what I'd rather do. I also do shit quickly. Like, people sleep on how efficient, like, I am at like, I can get a lot out very quickly.
Yeah, running shit, that's a major thing, is learning how to be efficient when you do shit. Like, you gotta learn.
For me, I always look for the minimum clicks to get a job done. In any computer task, like, what's the minimum amount of clicks? I always try to find that, and then just do that process, as quickly as possible.
Spam that bitch. You got to. Do you play 2K?
Man, I used to play a lot. I haven't been playing in a minute. What's the
last 2K you play?
The last 2K I played, 2020. I think 2020.
Are you a cold player? Are you good?
No, I'm trash.
See, I was about to challenge you to $1,000 game of 2K.
Don't fuck with me on FIFA. I'll get you on FIFA.
I got a homie that'll do you in. I'm not really a FIFA player, but I got a couple. You know what I'm saying? I'm African now. I got a couple homies that'll do you in at FIFA. I got a couple homies that don't play that. Come on, man. We from the motherland. That's what I
Hey, I mean, I'm Turkish, it runs deep in the blood there, too. So.
Were you born here or in Turkey?
Born there. I'm born here, sorry. Born in Chicago.
How long, have you ever been there?
Yeah, when I was little, I would go there all summer, every year. So, like, a quarter of my life was in Turkey. That's why when you said belly dancing, like, that's just actually a common thing in Turkey.
And I was just talking shit.
I know, you're just talking shit. I would I'm not listening to that music, but like that.
Wait, so you know how to belly dance?
No chance.
Do you got any shorties?
The funniest thing. No, honestly, the only thing funnier is if you were trying to belly dance.
No, don't play with me, cuz. Nigga, square business. I would never, but I probably could. I'm of the mentality that there's nothing I can't do. And I feel like I could belly dance if I wanted to belly dance. Well, you know that song? That's what I'd be on. Shakira. But hips don't lie, yeah. I don't think nobody want to see Queso belly dance and the hips don't lie, though. That's honestly got truth. So, growing up in Turkey, what's that like? Or going to Turkey as a kid.
Yeah.
What's that like? Growing up.
It gives you a different perspective, right? Because you get out of the U.S. type.
Yeah.
World, right, and then you go into a different world where it's just like a lot of things are just very different in terms of how people act. It's a lot more family centric tied there. I feel like U.S. is more of like an individualistic culture. Just overall, I mean, these are high generalizations, but it's just seeing a different side of the world opens your eyes to a lot of thoughts and gratitude for what you do have.
Yeah.
Understanding for what other people do.
I used to live in Nigeria, so I totally feel you. Like, it's just like having, you just be like, I don't know, you be appreciating little shit, like going to KFC and getting a whole basket. I mean, you can there, but that shit just a little like you doing the most. But here I go to,
exactly.
I just got a motherfucking 2-piece of Popeyes. Got me a little salsa. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like in different countries. It's just like, it's just little shit. But it's like, when you be in America, you realize how great America is. Because we just be doing, you could just do whatever in this motherfucker, man. You can really, if you want to go eat 30 pieces of chicken, ain't nobody finna stop you. Ain't nobody finna look at you.
And whether or not that's great is up for debate also.
That is a great point. That is a great point. That is a great point. Well, God, I'm probably about to log off the stream. We appreciate having you tonight. KBD family. Actually, I'll probably talk about the Patreon a little bit after you slide off. But appreciate you staying up with us. It's late where you at, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's all good, though. This was fun, bro.
Alright, my man. And what's the name of the project?
I've been thinking. Just check out my channel, Ikaanic.
Alright. Sounds good. I've been thinking on Ikanic's channel. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Bro Shit if you have. I know if you're watching this back, go subscribe to Bro Shit. Alright, my man. Appreciate you tapping in with us.
Peace out, bro. Have a good.
Oh, I hung up while the nigga was saying bye. Alright, get this shit normal again. What's going on here? I can see the chat. Shakira. Mazeza. Oh, baby, when you talk like that. Alright, y'all. Before we sign out, I gotta talk to you. The Patreon's about to have all this content drop. All love Joseph Robinson. Hit that super chat button if you win this motherfucker. Get Jamal a treat. Jamal looking hungry. Anyways, Milk dropped the Patreon link. Oh, okay. So you clicking on that. You gotta relax. Okay, bro. Okay. 4.7. Shakira. We got a new podcast episode, Milk. What we got going? How'd you feel about the call with Ikaanic?
No, that was lit. Hearing his process, hearing his backstory. I like seeing that side of him. You know what I mean?
No, she's my side of him.
Yeah. How was even that follow-up question Chuck had was even how was your process a little different than his? You know how
my process in regards to what?
To making music and how he doesn't really write.
Well, I write everything I write, and it's just like, for me, that's just such a pivotal part of the process. But like, it's different structure, different folks. He does it different. Hey, there's a Patreon link. We want to get a few more new patrons tonight, but if different structure, different folks, if he don't write, I mean, that's on that nigga. That don't. You know what I'm saying? And if he's making dope music, at the end of the day, what the fuck does it matter? You know what I'm saying? But that's just, for me personally, I like to write my shit, but that's just me personally, you know what I mean?
And he was like even saying this, that like with the flow, do you start with it first still, or?
Sometimes I just start with whatever comes to me. Sometimes you might get a cadence. Like sometimes you might get a good cadence. You might just be in this bitch and like you just catch a good little rhythm or catch a little pocket and you just like, I'm going, and you just catch that little pocket in that bit. Hit the super chat from me, boys. I like 23 per. I like your mentality, your moniker, and your dexterity. Or sometimes you might get your lyrics. It's just whatever comes to you. I realize this is why we need a hot tub in the house we're going to move into. All my best music comes to me in water. So it's either in the shower, in a hot tub, washing dishes, something like that. Water brings out some fire, and nigga, I don't know what it is.
No, that's some like with some moving water. That's like even that shit's like little ancient techniques. They had that in Harry Potter and shit.
Harry Potter.
It's like it helps your moniker of perpetuity. You know what I mean? Just your
Spirituality and perpetuity to your moniker. And spirituality. So join the Patreon. Come on, y'all. KBD family, we really need you on this one. We need everybody. I want to have 1 million Patreon patrons. Join the Patreon. Look. By James Brown. I'm looking for vinyls to hang up, so yeah, probably. I might get some James Brown trilogies. Super Mario, my dog. Is he in the Patreon, nigga? Come on, quit playing with me. In that pin fucking comment. No more.
How did you feel about the interview, bro?
I think it's dope. I like talking to bro. I like his insight on shit, and he just be chilling. Oh, bro, you deserve it so much, man. Because you make my days when I'm having a bad on. Congrats, bro. Love you. Appreciate you, Joseph. That means a lot to me. But it was dope. You know, it's just dope talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Especially talking to people who do what we do. Like content and shit like that. It's just cool talking to people. Like, because I don't know. I've met a lot of niggas on YouTube that I didn't really like too much. So it was cool. It's cool to have like a few people that I do enjoy speaking to, you know. We don't gotta talk every day or whatever. I don't really give a fuck when we do. You know, it's cool. That's sort of how I feel about it. I like that.
Yeah, his process is so different too. Just even kind of seeing how his vibe is just like he just dedicated to the freestyle and getting better every day. So I respect that little grind and hustle he's on. It's kind of the kind of different from most people's creative process and even the content that they put out is like doing the live streaming and on a platform like YouTube where it's kind of dedicated to videos, but then he throws in the reactions and he does all the different kind of stuff. It's like you got his own little network.
I pay attention to that. You said, bro, look, Ryan fucked me up. He said, okay, so if you high, blink twice. But I think I blinked like 4 times.
Double down.
Conquering here.
I was saying his own little network.
I didn't say you gotta say it again now. KBD family, try to patch up. I didn't say you gotta say it again now. Ryan, shut your bitch ass up. Alright, KBD family. We back to our regular content. We're 200 subs away from 38,000, so expect that 38,000 live stream soon. And everybody come on your best behavior and your best winter formal. In your Sunday draws. KBD family. It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.